Good afternoon, everyone. Well, it's almost Christmas, so consider this my Christmas video. Merry Christmas to everybody. And boy, this is a strange one, isn't it? Well, let's see. I think on my last video, I was still having some issues with my stomach. And I think that really turned out to be some kind of a bug. I don't know what kind of a bug. I went online to see if I could find out if there was anything going around, and I couldn't find anything, so I don't know what I had, but I definitely had something because I got old. So that's lasted for about a week and a half, and it was just really kind of weird. Remember I said if I'd sat a certain way and kind of leaned over, it just felt like I was being squeezed, and it was just going to come right out right then. Well, that's gone now. I haven't been nauseous. I haven't been sick to my stomach at all, but what I really noticed here lately is that I have now become unable to really digest dairy products anymore. I noticed I'd been hungry for yogurt, and so I got some plain yogurt, no anything added to it, and then I got some vanilla yogurt that still was good. It didn't have any sugar in it or anything, and so I thought, oh boy, I've got yogurt now, and I made that pumpkin custard. Instead of making pumpkin pies, I made pumpkin custard, and I used honey in it instead of sugar. And so I ate the custard, and I was noticing that I was getting really a lot of gut pain, like really bad gas. And then I also noticed that I felt the same way after I ate the yogurt, but I wasn't feeling that way when I was eating other food. So I decided, well, maybe I better cut the dairy out. So I've cut the dairy out. I still can have butter, but no more dairy for me. So I guess what I can say is that I am now lactose intolerant, and that is a new thing. I was never lactose intolerant before, so that is something new. Other than that, I haven't really added anything to my diet or taken away from my diet. I'm still doing all the different teas, and those seem to be good. And instead of taking the dandelion root in capsule form, I started breaking up the capsules and making a dandelion root tea because I noticed before I could drink it, and it's supposed to be very good for you. I really like the mangosteen tea. It's kind of sweet, and it has a nice taste. And this is what the box looks like. And when I ordered it, I got a package with about 6 of these boxes. And then there's about, 6 tea bags or so in there. But this is really good. I like this stuff. When I was telling Nita about my stomach being upset the way it was, and she said, Linda, probiotics, get your probiotics. And I have been taking probiotics, and I was just about out of them. So my next probiotics, I got these. And these are probiotic acidophilus. And these also, instead of capsules, these come in little chewable tablets. And I like the chewable tablets. They're kind of sweet, and I take about 3 of those a day. So I'm following Nita's advice. So as far as stomach pain goes, it was basically after I had something with milk in it or dairy. Because custard, you use evaporated milk for the custard. And, of course, yogurt. So by not doing that, I am not having a lot of pain in my stomach or in my gut. And taking my digestive enzymes religiously also, and that really seems to help. And I've noticed that if after I've eaten, if I'm getting a little discomfort, a little burning, if I take another enzyme, digestive enzyme, that seems to take care of it. So I think I've got that part handled, except food. A lot of food just doesn't taste the same to me. I don't know exactly why, but things just don't quite taste the same. I also mentioned in my last video that I really couldn't lay on my back for very long, like maybe 3 minutes, because my pancreas area would get super, super sore, and if I went too long, I would end up feeling like I needed to throw up. Well, that's gone too. I don't know where that came from or whatever, but I can lay on my back, not a long time, but I can still lay on my back, and it's not so bad on my left side, and of course really comfortable on my right side. But I remember reading that a long time ago, 2 years ago, about pancreatic cancer, that there will come a point in time when it's too painful to lay on your back or on your left side. You will be laying on your right side in kind of the fetal position. And I kind of was there, and now I'm kind of not there anymore. As far as my energy goes, I seem to have quite a bit of energy, enough to get me through whatever I'm doing during the day. I'm not, we haven't been walking so much. I haven't got back into really walking, but I do at least a quarter of a mile a day, just going and checking the mail, or and walking clear to the other side of the apartment complex to empty the garbage. And believe it or not, I've taken my phone, and when I do that whole walk, it is about a quarter of a mile. So I could do that like 4 times a day, I suppose, but we just haven't been getting out and walking that much lately. Not sure exactly why. Since I started doing these videos, I have gotten responses from people all over the world, and it's kind of scary in one way to realize all the people that have cancer right now. It is amazing, and so many people with pancreatic cancer right now. And I'm communicating with people everywhere from Africa, Europe, all over the United States, and they'll say, I saw your video, or I saw one of your answers on one of these sites, and my mother has pancreatic cancer, or my brother has pancreatic cancer, or I have pancreatic cancer. It's really almost like an epidemic. Almost like an epidemic. This kind of reminds me of when many years ago, I was doing a lot of research because I was writing an article on nuclear power plants like Rancho Seco. And one of the things that they were talking about, Rocky Flats, where they make the triggers for the nuclear weapons, and about all the people that had cancer, and they didn't realize how many people had cancer until some of the folks started going door to door, because it came up that this member of our family have cancer. Well, in our family, this person has cancer. Well, this person has cancer. They started doing this knocking on the doors and finding out in every household there was somebody that had cancer, and it was directly related to working at the Rocky Flats plant where they did the triggers. So I think there's a lot of people that have cancer, and they feel like they're alone. They don't realize how many other people in the community have cancer as well. But what I'm also finding out too is that there's groups, and I can compile a list of those and add them in my next video. But there's a lot of groups, just like Chris Beat Cancer, that's a group where people are getting together and they're sharing information and ideas and protocols, and just there's a whole group. Jane McClellan has a great big group of people that are following her protocols. So I think more and more people are engaging with each other, and they are coming together and finding out that there might be other solutions besides chemo and surgery. So, in conclusion, I would like to say, don't give up. Just don't give up. If you've been newly diagnosed with cancer of any kind, don't rush right into chemo. Don't let those oncologists push you. Just don't let that happen. Explore your options, because I swear on a daily basis there's more options coming up. There's way more than when I started like 2 years ago. My goodness, trying to find information on RSO online, or it was really tough. But now there's a lot of information out there. So I would just like to say, Merry Christmas. that's just about it for now, folks. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, and just keep the faith. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. All right? Okay. Bye-bye.